theme communication unit info point. And over these next few video tutorials, I'm going to be showing you how to create an information point using Microsoft PowerPoint that looks something similar to this. You can see that I'm currently in Microsoft PowerPoint in the design view, and if I press on this button here, this is my information point presented full screen. As you can see, I can't click on the screen, I can't use my keyboard to navigate. The only thing I can do is click on the buttons to navigate through this information point. And that's what I intend to show you how to create over these next video tutorials. But we'll start by talking about something called the master slide. Now, I'm just going to create a new document in Microsoft PowerPoint. And the first thing you should do whenever you create any sort of presentation or information point is to come up with an idea of what you want it to look like. You might want to sketch that out in a notepad, or you might just have the idea in your head. But once you've got that idea, you'll know that there'll probably be several slides that look different to each other. For example, in here, I have this slide with the title at the top, picture on the right, buttons underneath. On my next few slides, they all have the similar consistent look. Title at the top, text on the left, picture or video on the right, as you can see. So once I've got that idea in my head of how I want it to look, the next important thing to do is to set up the master slide. Now, the master slide is basically a template that you will use for all the slides in your presentation. To access the master slide, you need to click on the View ribbon at the top and go to Slide Master. You'll now see that a new ribbon has appeared called Slide Master, and it's very important that once you've finished making the changes in the Slide Master, that you close it afterwards. Okay, so I've got an idea in my head that I want to use a title slide, which looks like this. I also want to use a slide that looks like that. So it's got two pieces of content. All these other sorts of slides I don't really want to use. So the first thing I'm going to do is delete the sorts of slides that I don't want. So I don't want this slide. To delete them, I simply click on the sort of slide that I don't want, make sure it's orange, and then press the backspace key on my keyboard. So I'm just going to delete all of these and just keep these two, as they're the two that I want. Now, what I could do is make changes to these two slides so that every time I use one of these sorts of slides in my main information point, it will have the same settings. Here's what I mean by that. If I go to the To Content slide and I make a change such as I have the background of the title in red, like that. If I then go to the Slide Master ribbon and close the master view, this is my final presentation, my final information point, and if I want to insert a new slide, I can now choose from the two options that I've set up in the master view, and if I choose the To Content slide, you'll see that it automatically has a red filled in box at the top, which is what I've just set up in my master view. If I then add another slide, that too has a red box at the top because it's grabbing the settings from the master view. If I go back to the master view by going to the View ribbon, Slide Master, and I decide that I don't actually want this box to be red, I want it to be blue, I make one change in my master slide, go back to the Slide Master ribbon, close the master view, and you'll see that that change has been made to all those slides that look like that. Okay, so the Slide Master is very useful because it gives you consistency in your slides, and you can make one change and it will change all of the other slides in your presentation. So I'm just going to go into my Slide Master and just make the changes that I want. So I want this to be a light grey with a dark grey outline, like that. And I'm also going to change the font. So in the home, I'm going to change it to this font here. I then go to the Slide Master, make sure that I close the master view, and now every slide that I use that has got two contents, like this, will have a dark grey border at the top for the title, the set font that I want, and a light grey outline.